So this Shabbos is Shabbos Chanukah. It's also Parshas Miketz. So there must be something in the Parsha that's telling us something about Chanukah. It's not a coincidence. So in this week's Parsha we have the brothers coming to Yosef. They don't know it's Yosef HaTzadik. And Yosef HaTzadik is pretending to be a non-Jew, an Egyptian, and he's making them crazy. He's accusing them of spying. And he tells them, because of, I think that you're spies, because of that you have to go back to your father Yaakov and prove that you're being honest with me and bring back your brother Binyamin. And the brothers keep on saying that, that would, it's impossible to do that. Yaakov would be too upset. And Yosef is insistent upon this. And so the pasuk says that the brothers speak amongst themselves and they say, well, obviously this is not happening for nothing. It's the Rabbanan Shalom Sashgacha Pratis. And Aval Hashem Manachnu, must be that we're guilty. And this is happening because of our sin. What's our sin? That we heard the crying of our brother, right? Betzaras Nafshai, when he was in such great pain, when he was sitting in the pit, Yosef HaTzadik being sold, and we didn't listen. And so because of that, that's why this punishment is happening. So the Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh raises the following question. He says, that's a very strange way how they would describe their sin. If we were describing the mistake of the brothers, we would say that we sold our brothers, our Yosef, into slavery. That we heard his crying and we didn't listen. So Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh says the following thing. He says a phenomenal thing. He says, listen, the brothers were thinking to themselves, at the time, we made an absolutely correct cheshbon. Al pi seichel, according to intellect, intellectually speaking, we determined with a bezdin, and it was methodical, and it was thought through, that Yosef, in fact, deserved to be sold into slavery. And at that time, we made that was our cheshbon. And looking back, all the calculations are still correct. A and B and C, all the details that we knew then, we know now, and it seems that calculation was still correct. What was missing? What was the mistake then? Says Ohr HaChaim HaKadosh, the mistake was the Jewish heart, Jewish intuition. That at the end of the day, you can make all the calculations you want, and it makes full sense that to sell Yosef into slavery. But when you hear his crying from the pit and asking for compassion, asking for rachmanis, a Jewish heart has to feel that. And what the brothers should have felt was that pain of the heart. They should have felt Yosef's pain. They should have had that Jewish instinct kick in, telling them there's something wrong about this. Let's rethink it, let's reanalyze the situation, and they would have come to the proper conclusion, which is that Yosef is a tzaddik and he doesn't deserve to be sold. The problem was not the seichel. The problem was the instinct. The problem was the heart, that they heard the crying of Yosef and it didn't do anything to them. And that was ultimately the sin. This is also the galus of Yavin. The exile of Yavin is the exile of just intellect without any instinct, without any Jewish heart. And when a person, that's what Yavin was about, that's what Greece was about, was the development of the human intellect, philosophy, Aristotle, and so on. And the problem is, you could have all the perfect data in the world and all the great ideas intellectually, but if a person doesn't develop at the same time a good heart, and a good instinct, and a good sense of smell, so to speak, then the intellect can take you to all sorts of crazy places, and you can end up selling Yosef HaTzadik into slavery. The problem of Galus Yavin is the same problem the brothers had, of going with the intellect and not having a Jewish heart. Chanukah, the Yontiv of Chanukah, is a celebration of the Jewish people becoming reintroduced to a Jewish heart, to a Jewish feeling, Jewish passion, Jewish energy, Jewish instinct, Jewish sense of smell, Jewish intuition. To be able to know, even though calculating-wise, intellectually, maybe it's right, maybe it's not, and you can make all the calculations you want, but to feel, to have a sense of knowing internally of what the right thing is, of having that Jewish instinct, of hearing the cries of another Jew, and all the cheshbainis then go out the window, and you just feel that I have to help. That's what Chanukah is. That's what in order to repair the sin of the Shvatim, we have to try to develop that sense of that sense of heart, that sense of love, that sense of kinship. That even though the seichel might determine this guy doesn't deserve our rachmanis, so this guy is not doing so well, a Jewish heart has to feel the pain of another Jew no matter what. And Hashem Shalom should be zeicha to experience that and to develop the Jewish heart along with the Jewish mind. Come to Shabbos, Menuchas Nefesh, Menuchas Aguf, and both individually and collectively see the redemption of our people. Be as kol tzedek, b'meher v'meinu amen.